I believe public speaking is a key human skill. I believe that it helps you go further in your mission. I believe that you're one speech away from your biggest win. You're one speech away from changing your life. Okay? And we'll go through that. And why is it important? I'm going to give you all this in the next 2 minutes, hopefully. Do you know what is common between Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, Martin Luther King, Hitler, Bill Clinton, some of the judges here? They were all great speakers. They spoke amazingly well. They were able to inspire a whole generation. They were able to motivate a whole country. They were able to make people change their perceptions, their ideas, their beliefs, and take actions. So I believe that public speaking is a key human skill for you to advance in your mission. But if I were to tell you what it really does for you, is this. This is inside our brains, some more than others. You may be an amazing doctor. You may be an amazing scientist. You may be an amazing storyteller. You may be an amazing professional. You may be an amazing creative person. But the people on the outside don't know what happens on the inside. You may have the best ideas. You may have the best skills. You may have the best intentions. What public speaking does is helps you go from this to this. What do I mean? If you don't know how to communicate what you have on the inside, if you don't know how to communicate what your ideas are about, what you want to do, how you want to change your world, your community, yourself, and speak to people about it, you won't be able to communicate or even get through to anyone else. We live in a social society. We live in a social world. For you to be able to take everything that's in your mind and be able to communicate well, and able to inspire, and able to ask for change, you have to learn how to be an excellent speaker. And not only an excellent speaker, how to be able to touch your audiences. And so I'm going to share with you the types of speeches and what are the important elements of a winning public speaking, competition. What do we look for? Okay? So there are 5 types of approaches that you can take. When you are coming up here, giving your speech or talking to us, there are 5 different ways to do it. One is, of course, influencing. This is something to do with how people connect with other people. You know, you want them to adopt something. You want them to reflect on something. You want to influence your audience. The other is informative. You want to let them come out of here with some key takeaways. You want to give them some knowledge that you have either researched about or experienced or learned. The third one is demonstrative. You want to be able to show them what I'm doing right now. Visual aids is one of those things that you use. You could use props to demonstrate what is it that you're trying to put across. The fourth one is entertaining. We've all seen this. People who are out there to laugh, to make you laugh. They're humorous. You know, they make you go through these emotions, whether it's sad, happy, funny, whatever it is. So entertaining is an important part of public speaking. And then the last one is motivational. It inspires. It wants you to take a step. It wants you to take some actions when you leave from those speeches. How do you do it? I always believe that start with the end in mind. Understand what is it that you want to achieve. If you want people to take certain takeaways from your speech, if you want people to do certain activities within your speech, if you want them to believe something, then do start with the end in mind. What is it that you want to achieve? The second most important thing about speaking is knowing your audience. Before you guys came in here, I already know who's coming in. I know a little bit about your background. I know a little bit about where you come from. I know your ages. I know your gender. So I need to understand who is it that I'm speaking to. I know that if I say X, Y, and Z, I may lose you. So I have to keep my, I guess, tone, my topic, the way I deliver, everything in line with the audiences that I have. Okay? Which brings me to the third point, know your topic. A lot of us, when we come up here, I believe the judges have already selected a few topics which are around the areas that you already know. The first most important thing is when you're starting to speak, at least your first instances, know your topic, because that will help you be more confident. If you choose a topic that you don't know and you have to do research and you have to come and speak about it here, chances are you will doubt yourself. It is a self-doubt, it's a self-talk that makes you more nervous and makes you forget things. So when you know your topic, you're a lot more confident. You're a lot more comfortable when you're up here. And then consider your style. You know, everyone has a different style. I always use this example. I can never speak like how Hassan Devji speaks. And I don't think he wants to speak like me. But he's still stern. He's soft, but he's still stern. I cannot be like that. Everyone has a style. Figure out what your style is. You know, whether it's Obama or Bill Clinton, who would you like? Or Syed Amar. Figure out which is the style that appeals to you the most. And then rehearse about it. And then figure it out. What is it and what can you bring in to that style? Rehearsal. And remember, it's not about practice. I believe practice is important. Practice gives you progress. But rehearsal is not about cramming everything. Rehearsal is about understanding what is it that you're going to go out there and speak about. So the way I do it is I, in my mind, know what my start is, what my mid is, and what my end is. I also understand, I put keywords in my mind, that this word starts this topic. This word starts the second part of my talk. This word will help me finish it. I don't claim what I'm going to tell you. I know what it is, and I'll swing it when I'm up here because I like that kind of structure. There are others who are very, very meticulous in the structure. They want to follow a certain path. So understand your style and then rehearse about it. What are some of the things you should do in your speech? Number one, the most important way, the most easiest way, the way that has been used for thousands of years is storytelling. Why? Because human beings are social beings. Human beings like to connect with each other. If you tell a story that is personal, right, it helps you connect to your audiences. If you don't have personal stories, believe me, everyone has personal stories. You just are not thinking about the life experience that you're going through. Everything is a story. Figure out someone else's story that you can tell. Stories are extremely important to tell in a speech because it helps you connect to your audience. If there's one thing I tell you do and everything else that you don't do, is tell stories. It doesn't matter if you have visual aids. It doesn't matter if you have a good PA system. It doesn't matter if you're standing in the right place. It doesn't matter if you're facing your audience. When you tell a story, you're able to inspire the biggest amount of change from your audiences. The second is visual aids. It's what I'm using. Props, screens, anything else that you can use. Third is interactions. You saw what our MC started to do is getting to know table by table. I picked on a few people. However, during the workshops, you guys know that I had some activity to be done with the participants before we even started. That helps me interact with you guys, brings my nerves down, brings your nerves down, because you now think that you know me, right? We interacted, we spoke about it. You're no longer scared of me. If I feel scared, then I've already interacted with people, which helps me calm my nerves. Fourth is humor. Humor always gets people. Humor is one important way to connect with your audience. Fifth is authenticity. I understand we all like certain styles. I understand there are certain people or certain ways of talking that appeal to us. But there's only one of you. I can tell you that you can copy a particular style, but always try to be yourself. I mean, I'll try very hard to be someone else. It will only be for a short time because you'll know who I am. It'll come out. I can't not be myself, right? It takes more energy and effort to not be yourself. Fifth is body language. I mean, if you're up here and you slouch and you're looking down and you're not facing the audiences, that is a big cue in the way your audience perceives your message. Did you know that over 50% of how you deliver your speech is about your body language, right? 7% is about words. Everyone focuses on words. It's not about your words. It's about your body language. It's about your tone, how you speak. And 7% is about your words. And then literally about the speech. I spoke about knowing your topic. So this is very important in the way you choose your topic, in the way you deliver it. This is what really happens during a public speaking, I guess, event. You have your audiences that have their span of attention and their time. So how long do you take to deliver is of utmost importance as well. As human beings, we're going through this digital revolution that shortens our attention spans. And we have spikes of interest and spikes of disinterest. So this is what happens to your audience when you take them through your speech. The important thing is when you open, get the attention. Now, whether you do that by telling a joke, asking a provocative question, it's the way you carry yourself, right? It's very important to be authentic. So attention is very important when you start off. Throughout that time, they'll start losing some interest. So you have to keep bringing them back and close with a bang. That is what happens in most audiences, in most public speaking events. What is a winning talk? A winning talk is about stories that inspires, that is authentic. It's about you and how you present it, right? It has takeaways like what I'm giving you here today. And it is in the right amount of time. This is by no chance a masterclass. This is a chance for me to compact everything that I have and give it to you in the shortest amount of time possible, right? This is what I want you to go out there and do throughout the competition. Make sure that you have enough stories to tell. Make sure that you inspire us. Make sure that you're authentic. You give us something to take away. You give us something to remember. And then you're on time. And with that, I am done.